I used to carry water with mkokoteni, so it was a struggle for me. The pennies were few, and being in the ghetto, I chew miraa, I smoke weed. It was massive. Every friend of mine, mkubwa. Right now, I don't have a tummy.
But you had it.
My station, there used to be like 3 lines. So I used to work at the first line. So when I see an old car, I tell him, go that side. I see a Porsche, I call a Porsche, come here, park them here. So when I fuel the Porsche is likely to give me a better tip than the old car. The first time we were there, they was telling us, we go help clean the kitchen, they will give us money. And I was telling them, we didn't come here for that. For the job we came here is what we will do.
This is the Fulus Africa podcast, where we tell stories of African migrants working in the Middle East, discuss financial growth, and the issues that African migrants face. Stay tuned. Welcome to yet another episode of the Fulus Africa podcast. And on this episode, we're joined by Gavin. Habari yako, Gavin?
Mzuri sana.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Unaweza kujiintroduce, tuambie jina za mtaa, tujue vile sasa tutakuwa tunakuita tukipatana nawe kwa streets.
By name, I'm called Gavin Mwatha, and my street names, I'm called Jimani.
Jimani?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like the guy from Homeboys.
I know from Homeboys. Mine is a street name for many ideas of making money.
Okay. Yeah. So you have a lot of ideas on how you can hustle.
Yeah, kind of like a jack of all trades.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sawa. So, just to start us off, unaweza kutuambia juu ya background yako?
Yeah, I come from Kibera. Yeah, raised with both parents. Yeah, we've been growing up with different challenges, especially when the lack of money sometimes and living in the ghetto is a bit hard, but we strive from the best of what we can with the knowledge we have and productivity of our environment. Yeah.
Okay. So, earlier on, you mentioned to me that you are working in Qatar.
Yeah.
So which year did you go to work there, and which job were you doing?
I traveled to Qatar in 2021 November. Yeah, for a forecourt attendant. They call it there in Qatar. They call it forecourt attendant, but it's a petrol station attendant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you stayed until which year?
I stayed until 2023 January.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been here, but you've been back here for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So can we talk about you leaving Kenya to go to Qatar? Ni nini ndio ilikupatia hiyo push ndio utake kutoka huko?
Challenges. I used to carry water with mkokoteni, so it was a struggle for me. The pennies were few, and being in the ghetto, I chew miraa, I smoke weed. It's kind of expensive, and the ladies we have there also dependent for so much. So it was a challenge. So I tried just to look for something I could do to uplift myself and also expose myself to the knowledge outside there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, when you decided to go, did you go through an agency?
Yeah, I went through an agency.
How was your experience working with agents?
They're kind of cheeky. They are not straightforward. Most of them are not straightforward, but inevitably mine was a bit not in line, but we ended up getting him back in line.
Oh, in what way? Like, nini nilifanyika exactly ndio atoke? A step out of line.
The first time, the money was not enough, so the guy was telling us lies. So we didn't have a way of getting to him. So we had to involve the police.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you mean the money was not enough?
Yeah.
Like the commission you paid them?
Yeah,
what?
the commission I paid was not enough, and this guy could not give me a grant for me to sign the contract first if I could not pay the commission.
Oh, okay. And how much had you paid him?
I'd paid him 50,000.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when he didn't give you the contracts for you to sign, what was the process when you brought in the police?
We brought in the police, and what they did is we signed a contract that during my stay there in the first 2 months I'd pay the remaining of the amount they needed from me.
Oh, okay. And how much was that?
They needed 100,000. So I paid the first half, so I was to pay the second half later, because the agent, the problem was he had already planned with the money I'd given him. So he couldn't return it at the moment. So it ended up being a scuffle that made us use the police.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when you got your contract and then you went through it, how did you feel?
Disbelief.
Okay, why?
Coming from the ghetto, people I stayed around, not many people believed in me. So it was kind of a wake-up call, yeah. It was for me to believe in myself, or to find out what is there for me in the world. Yeah.
Okay. And when you now decided, ndo hii imekuja, I'm going out there, how was that process of leaving home? Did you say goodbye to everyone, a girlfriend? Ukaambia watu nitaacha kubeba maji? What happened?
I actually never told people. I disappeared.
Why didn't you say? Why didn't you tell anyone?
I didn't tell people. People, the first year before I went there, before I got my chance, when I told people the first time, people told me it was impossible. So it took me about 8 months for me to get there, but eventually after getting there, I couldn't tell anyone. I just wanted to disappear and let them find out for themselves.
Because, okay, did you tell them after you arrived?
It started with the photos from the status when I was getting to the airport. Yeah, timeline view of my view from the airport to where I went. Yeah, so I recorded a bit of skits and I posted there. There was a lot of people talking, and I didn't reply to them. I just kept quiet.
Like, haters gonna hate.
Yeah, haters gonna hate, but we still go move. Yeah.
Well said. So, what were your hopes and dreams when you were going to Qatar?
Going there, for me, the biggest thing was the change of environment. Yeah, because the kind of environment I lived in was not very helpful and was not healthy for my emotional needs and my physical needs. It was not very healthy, so I struggled a lot. So me getting to another point of view of seeing things made me believe in myself better. Yeah.
So you've spoken about that point of view and how in Kenya you saw something different. How did working in Qatar, which can be considered a wealthy country, how did it change your worldview?
Access to money. My access to money became easy. I got money easy from tips from this. I even used to save my whole salary, so I used to only survive by my tips only.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, and how much were you earning?
I was earning 70,000. Yeah, it was
70,000 Kenyan shillings.
Yeah, Kenyan shillings. Yeah.
Okay, so you'd save the whole 70 and survive on tips.
Yeah, survive on tips.
But considering now with the country that you're living in, wasn't survival expensive?
It was expensive, but the ease of getting money was what made it easy for me to spend and use it. I could get it tomorrow. I can spend it today.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so what expenses did you have? Were you provided with accommodation?
Yeah, I was provided accommodation, a house. We used to share a house with 3 people, but we had enough space with nice ACs. Yeah, kind of like a container house. Yeah, it was nice bathrooms. Water availability was very good. Dispensers of water everywhere. Food was good actually. They used to pay like 9,000 a month for food for a month.
Oh, so that is in addition to your salary?
Yeah, that one was Yeah, in addition to my salary, yeah. But we used to agree either you buy for yourself food or you get food from the company and they deduct from your salary.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So considering that you were getting what I guess here is considered a good salary, how are you spending it now? In terms of taking care of yourself, saving, what were your money goals, so to speak?
You can say I was naive a bit. I was a bit excited. And I flashed some money a bit. Yeah, once in a month I used to flash it off. I'm a giver. I give people a lot. So that was the weakness for me. So, hey, you borrow me and I'm getting tips.
Okay, so who are you giving? Are you just giving the money to?
I'm giving people,
your
my
family,
friends, family,
okay.
ladies. I was just easy because nobody depended on me. So my money was my money. So I used to have lesser needs. So when I buy my clothes, I buy food, I've paid for the house. I used to find myself with like 50K just to spend on myself. So I ended up, sometimes I thought that I'm being too selfish. So I decided to put something that if anybody comes with a problem, this is the amount for people to use when there's a problem. Yeah. But I was not a saver. I used to not save.
So how did that mess up your goals?
Kinda it was a direction towards what I needed, because being in a life where I lacked a lot, I decided to give myself something I never had. For that duration of where I worked, I decided to work on the things I needed. Not even the long-term goals, but the short-term ones I didn't get, like eating properly, going places I wanted to go, doing fun stuff. Yeah.
Okay, considering now, you've mentioned that you grew up in Kibera and that there were struggles. What did that mean to you, being able to just take care of yourself and even give away money?
It was massive. Every friend of mine, mkubwa. Right now I don't have a tummy. I used to
have it.
I had it. So it was so good for me. It was exposing. It exposed me to a lot of possibilities I thought could happen through the image people saw on me. Yeah.
And do you think when you came back home, you carried that mindset with you, that it has helped you?
No. Me, I said I went to go for fun. But then after I came back, I just realized after how I've lived there, I just went for fun. As much as I desired to work or change my life with the financial needs I could get there, I went for fun. But obliged to the original reason was to helping myself, I decided to do something different when I came back home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You'll tell us about that a little bit later. But can you tell us of an experience that you had there and what it did to you as a person?
Seeing Indians are dirty. Indians are very dirty. That thing used to piss me off every day. Finding an Indian Muslim washing his feet in a sink in the bathroom. It was so disgusting.
So it made it's a bit of a culture shock.
Yeah, it's a culture. Yeah, shock. Yeah, used to be people different, but they used to be too extreme. Yeah. And meeting people with different sexual orientations, especially Filipinos, most of them are gay. So it was so hard. I didn't used to associate with them. I used to pull myself aside, sit alone. Most of the days I used to be alone. Yeah, that was what kept me.
Oh, okay. So when you're meeting like all these different cultures, when you came here and started telling people about them, what are some of the reactions?
Some of them laughed a lot and they considered it something to try, and some of them related with the Indian jobs they work in Kenya here, the type of characters they have. Yeah. So it was similarly the Indians in Kenya here, how they are rude to people in Kenya here. They're also rude to people there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the different characters that you met, can you like describe your work environment?
I used to work at a petrol station, so it was an open space. So it was shift for 8 hours. So most of the times, just fueling. It depends. Sometimes the workflow is up, sometimes the workflow is down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what about the people that you're working with, the characters, like their personalities and how you cope with it?
Tunaweza sema kama sisi wase wa Nairobi tutasema most of them walikuwa mafala sana. So
walikuwa mafala kiaje?
As in people pleasers. They're only seeking to please the big man or the rich man, or they're only seeking to please them for them to get the tip. So they used to have a tip currency. So we fight for it sometimes. We even argue about it sometimes. Yeah.
Na sasa mki-argue, how will you resolve that? Like, what incident will make people argue about the tips?
There used to be a way. There's a line where there's the pumps. They're like three. At my station, there used to be like 3 lines. So I used to work at the first line. So when I see an old car, I tell him, go that side. I see a Porsche, I call a Porsche, come here, pack them here. So when I fuel the Porsche is likely to give me a better tip than the old car. Yeah. So it was a scuffle for us. Everybody is fighting for the Porsche. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
As a man, you decided to go abroad so that you can go and get your own money. Now, I need you to give us a perspective on what it is like for a man to leave his country, and to go out there and, take care of business. Can you paint a picture for us?
It's a sacrifice that only depends with the pressure you're facing. That is what made me go there. So to very many men, the pressures of their lives they face makes them make the choices they make, especially the ones of moving to abroad. We end up going there because the needs are more than what we can get for ourselves. Yeah.
And when you go there, what advice would you give to like the men who, they want to come from here to go to Qatar? Like, how are they supposed to carry themselves? What are they supposed to do?
I should say Africans maintain their pride. Have a sense of pride that is not disrespectful, but a pride that carries you and brings or articulates you as someone who respects yourself, or someone who mwenye anaweza heshimika rahisi ile. Ama kwa wanaume kuna ile design yenye tunapenda kitu kwa ugumu, but sometimes ni ile juu umepitia hii unatafuta kitu ya kucounter ndio uweze kumaliza. So that was the thinking is we should be thinking counter creative instead of pressure creative.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So in the sense of being counter creative, you can be like, before the problem comes, you have to have a sort of plan of how you're going to sort a situation, especially money problems. So issue kubwa sana wase wa Qatar wanafaa kujua ni saving is a very good culture that helps being in that side. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what decision do you think unge make different if you would have gone back to Qatar, if you could talk to, the younger man who was in Qatar?
I could not change anything. I lived.
But unge flash pesa?
Gavin. I'm serious, actually. It was an experience. I'd do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now there's no advice you would give your younger self?
My younger self? No. I've lived it the way I would want it. Yeah.
Okay, so Mercy. So we've talked about the change in your mindset and how you've also carried that back here, and even like the way you think about money. Can we also talk about now? You can tell us about what it is that you are doing right now and how that experience has led to this.
Doing what I'm doing right now, I'm doing social media video edits. So doing video edits, I'm doing for people and for myself personally, faceless content. So towards that decision, I didn't come easy. I went through some losses, lost a house. During the time, I lost my savings.
How do you lose a house?
As in, I couldn't keep up with the payment.
Okay. That is after you came back to Kenya?
Yeah, just after some 6 or 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
During that period, were you like jobless?
Yeah, I've not worked ever since I came back.
Oh, until you started now?
And until I employed myself personally. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about your self-employment. Would you go back to Qatar or would you prefer to just continue being self-employed?
I'm seeking employees rather than seeking employment. According to my structure of work ethics, I think it's better for me to build on what I have, even if it will take a longer time, rather than working for someone for a salary that makes me feel like a drug. Yeah. It's a high that I'm chasing every day. So I prefer controlling my high then. I can get it when I need it instead of getting it when it's beneficial to my employer.
Yeah, when someone else is giving to you, instead of waiting for the tips, you're trying to be the tipper.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's a lot of people who want to leave Kenya right now to go to any country in the Middle East. You've seen the statistics on youth unemployment. You've seen how watu wanakamta, guys are doing drugs. There's these crimes that just come because people are not doing well economically. What advice would you give someone who wants to leave Kenya?
If someone got an opportunity to leave Kenya to a better country, it would be good to say that you can discipline yourself to the things you think you desire the most and work hard and sacrifice for the things that you require for the long run.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of discipline is this that you're talking about?
You can start with money saving and learning to socialize without pleasing people, socializing for who you are and working for a goal. Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to put yourself side by side with pre-Qatar Gavin. Venye ulikuwa na hustle, ukienda kubeba maji and all of that. I want you to look at those two people and can you tell me the differences that you're seeing right now?
Knowledge-wise, triple.
Mm-hmm. What is it you know now that you didn't know then?
So many money-making ways. I discovered like 10 different ways of making money since I came back. All while seeking employment at the moment. And then I decided that I've always sought this knowledge, but these jobs, but they didn't get me. So I feel like I'm not good with employment. I felt like I could really require me to employ myself. So I tried drugs, but it was too dangerous for me. I couldn't believe myself getting arrested. Mm-hmm. So the change I got the most is I became more humble and more patient. Yeah.
Okay. So knowledge, humility, patience.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, given that, people still want to go there, what assistance do you think a lot of them require to make sure, that they stay healthy or safe or even, that they're able to get the assistance that they need? What do you think should be done?
It is hard to fight the laws of Qatar laws or the Islamic Sharia laws, especially when you're not Muslim. So they don't favor you most of the times if you're not Muslim. So what advice I'd say to people who can turn to Muslims, better for you. But for the ones who believe in their faith, I'd say you stick to your faith, but keep your mouth shut. It will help a lot.
Oh, okay. You've spoken about, the laws and the Sharia laws that guide people there. There are also the labor laws that, also guide migrants who are working in areas like Qatar. When you looked at your contract, how did you feel about it? I know you mentioned that it was an out of the world experience, but was there anything punitive in it?
There was a flaw in the contract, first of all. First of all, they told me I would be getting 30K, but they tried to frame it. It was not the original contract of the employers I was getting.
Which contract were you getting?
First of all, I didn't sign the contract I signed in Kenya here was not the original contract of my employers.
It was from the agent?
Not from the agent. It was from a subcontractor there. So they pick employees, and then according to their the salary that I was getting was being paid through them. Yeah.
So how did you find out about this?
The first week we were in quarantine, so we were following up on every details because we were being told we go work in things we were not even. Like the first time we were there, they was telling us, we go help clean the kitchen, they will give us money. And I was telling them, we didn't come here for that. For the job we came here is what we will do. So most of us declined. And eventually they started giving full favors there in the kitchen. So people decided to go. So eventually some people ended up never getting the contract that we started on, the original contract that we required, because of they started doing another job.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you stuck it out, that's when you found out that you'd been given a subcontractor contract. Yeah. Did you ever get the original one?
Yeah, we got the original one. The other one was after a month. So we ended up meeting with our employers. They were the government of Qatar, actually. So they came to our camps. We had a meeting. They gave us some basic trainings and they scheduled our trainings. So we signed the contracts. They gave us an advance the day, half advance of our salary. So we started off well there after that.
And what was the difference?
The difference was the other one was saying I'm a laborer, and the other one was saying I'm a forecourt attendant. And the salaries were different, and the time schedules were different.
I'm just curious, what was the difference in the salary?
Salary, about like a 20% decrease.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so that's why you ended up getting more.
Yeah.
The 70,000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you've mentioned that when you were in Qatar, government ilikuja ikaongea na nyinyi, si ndio? You guys had a meeting, ironed out everything, had the advance. Now, if you were to have a meeting with the government of Kenya concerning the issues that migrant workers face in the Middle East, what are some of the things you'd want discussed?
I would say, not even discuss, I would suggest highly they form example, these societies, these circles for employment, the groups of where people are employed. We should have a one voice of where we can communicate our grievances with a leader. We should have a form of government that governs the people that go abroad. I would say that if they have a form of system like that, it would be easier to find people who are lost and people who are being taken advantage of. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I'd say life in Qatar is nice. There are so many sights to see. The museum is amazing. I saw the airport. The airport is one of the best in the world. So I saw the World Cup. Yeah, I attended the World Cup. Yeah, one of a customer of mine. Yeah, when I was new, he told me, I will take you to the final day, the final game, to watch the final match. And he ended up getting me, even me with that. I'd forgotten. So he came to me at my place where I sleep. So he came there and told me we are going to go watch the game. Me and I was planning just to go and watch at the stands. He just came and picked me up with his car and he brought me inside a VIP box. I couldn't even carry my phone.
That must have been quite the experience.
Yeah. So for the fun part, I can't forget the experience. Festival City. Yeah, one of the biggest mall I've ever seen in my life. So it made me feel like, people are living life. There was even a Lamborghini at the gate. You find a Lambo being sold in a mall. Even in the airport, they sell the Lambos. So it was quite catchy for me. I used to feel like I'm getting there one day.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Amen to that. Any sign-off words?
Yeah, what I can say, God is great. Yeah, and I'm thankful for all the experiences He has got me through. And I'm humble, and I'm humbled through everything I've gone through, the hard times, through the good times. I'm grateful to God.
Okay, thank you so much, Gavin. Tumeshukuru sana. It was interesting to talk to you. This has been the Fulus Africa podcast. Thank you for joining us and keeping us company. Do you have an amazing story to tell? Get in touch with us on our social media platforms. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.